Truly a king's role. Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Please join us and stand in body or spirit as we sing our opening hymn. We Give Thanks, number 1010 in the turquoise hymn. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Hillsborough, where we constantly strive to be open and welcoming as a congregation to all who seek community and support. We don't require that we all adhere to one specific creed or common belief or ritualistic practice, but rather that we are a covenant community committed to loving and supporting each other in our individual lifelong quest for truth and meaning in matters of our personal faith. So, whoever you are, member, guest, or friend, and for whatever reason or purpose guided you to join us here, either in person or on our online format, we welcome you. So my name is Linda Seligman, and I am the worship coordinator for today's service. And I want to thank everyone who's made this worship experience possible. And I'll start by thanking our wonderful Aviva Enoch, our music queen. She's amazing. And we will have a wonderful it's not a duet anymore, but it's a solo. It was a duet with Carolyn Welty. And you'll be singing For Good from the musical Wicked, which is how a special friendship can change our lives for good. I also want to thank A.C. Farrington for faithfully distributing our printed order of service every Sunday at the door and greeting everyone. And our listening ear today is Luca Dahl. And so our special guest, who's on his way, is Reverend Ron Thomas. He's a chaplain friend, and he was at the cardiology, in the cardiology unit at the UNC program of chaplaincy. And his name's Reverend Ronald Thomas Sr., and he'll consider the theme of change today, inspired by a quote by Thomas Carlyle. Today is not yesterday. We ourselves change. How then can our works and thoughts, if they are always to be the fittest, continue always the same? Change indeed is painful, yet ever needful, and if memory has its force and worth, so it also has hope. He's married to co-pastor Azalea. Did I say that correctly, Nicholas? Isley. Okay, sorry. And they've been married for 38 years. And they have one daughter, Kelly Janae, and 3 sons. Nicholas is one of them here with us, and Ron Jr. and Daniel Isaiah. And together they serve the church at NC. And before COVID, they met at the University Baptist Church's Great Hall in Chapel Hill, and they presently meet via Zoom and hope to be in the public sphere in the future. Reverend Thomas graduated with a master's degree from Duke Divinity and Union University and is a fellow of Life Management Institute. And we welcome you all today, and thank you for being here. Before we start today, let's take a moment to share any important announcements. And also phone time, so this is a really good time to silence your phone or to turn it off, put it in worship mode. And I know that you see I'm wearing a mask. I guess it's because I work at Rex Hospital, so I just always wear a mask. But we are officially on green, so you don't have to. And we will be enjoying coffee in the back room today. So, are there any announcements?
I am Amy, the Program Administrator here at UCH, and you'll see we have a lot of stuff happening this holiday season. You can take this home and stick it on your fridge if you want. Pathway to Membership is meeting again following services, probably in here. We're discussing religious education, so if you are new, if you're a visitor and you're interested in membership, please join us following services today. I'm also working on updating our directory. There's a link in the newsletter to add or update your information, and also there's a physical copy of the directory hanging on the whiteboard by the front doors. You can scribble out the old stuff and write in the new stuff if that suits your interest better. We're hoping to get that done by the end of the year, and that's for members and friends, so you don't have to be a member to be in our directory, so please add your information. I think that's all I got. Thanks, guys. For our elementary age parents, there is no elementary RE next Sunday because most of our volunteers will be doing things with their family, and we wanted them to be able to focus on that. So you're welcome to the service, but we won't have RE during the service. I have two announcements. One, you'll see that there is a solstice party on December 21st. That is not here at UCH, though you're all invited. It's at our house, which is right 1.5 blocks from where the Lantern Walk starts in Hillsborough. So we say it's food, fire, fun, and friends. So please do put that on your calendar and plan to come by. You can come as early as 3 if you want to help set up and clean up, or you can come at 5 and we'll have food, fire, friends, and fun. I am finishing up my term as the secretary of the Northern Orange branch of the NAACP. And our meeting is this afternoon here at 4 o'clock. So we have a meeting today, and then my last meeting is next month in December, which will also be here. And the branch is looking for new energy and new membership. I know many of you are already members, but if you would like to consider becoming a member, please just come to the meeting today at 4 o'clock here. We would love to have you.
As already mentioned, I'll be your listening ear, and if anybody has anything on your waiting outside near the green or yurt.
Last chance for announcements.
To speak or to you?
Yes.
Where?
So good to see you. So let's begin our worship time with the lighting of our chalice, our time-honored symbol of the light and loving warmth of our community of faith. Why We're Here by Eric Walker Wilson. Here today, in this place, with these people, may we listen so that we can hear. May we hear so we can feel. May we feel so we can know. And may we know so that we can change ourselves in this world. And in this chalice we light our way. And opening words for this morning. This is modeled after the 23rd song. It's called Love is My Guide by Melissa Jeter. Love is my guide. I shall not falter. Love calls me to rest when I feel disconnected. Beloveds lead me to deep waters where I sit to think in solitude. My mind and heart reshape and adapt. Love allows my ego to slowly sink. Though I move through the valley of chaos and inequity, I shall keep my heart open. For there's elegance in patterns seen over time. Love is my breath of breath, and just as long as I have breath, I will keep steadfast on a moral path. Please stand in body or spirit as we sing our opening hymn, Just as Long as I Have Breath, number 6 in the great hymnal. Ours is a welcoming community where we find connection, a sharing community where our joys are celebrated, and a caring community where our sorrows are lessened. Each Sunday we take time to reflect on the special happenings that have occurred this week among our members and friends. Some choose to share aloud, while others choose to remain silent, and here we give space for both. For those who would like to share aloud, please take a moment before we begin to center yourself and collect your thoughts so that what you have to share this morning is personal, heartfelt, and brief. Let's pause for just 3 moments here. So now please come forward, tell us your name, and share what is in your heart. And when you're finished, you may release a stone into the vase on the altar. And for those of you joining us online, and if you would like to share, please put your thoughts into the chat and indicate if you would like us to read that aloud here, and we will do that for you and drop a stone for you. And for those who would prefer to silently acknowledge your joys and concerns, I invite you to come to the altar, release a stone into the vase in silence. For those of you who would like to acknowledge what's in your hearts silently, you're welcome to come up to the altar and put in a stone. While Aviva plays Voice Still and Small. And then after she plays it through one time, you're all invited to sing along with this meditation song, and the words are printed in your order of service. We hold all these things within the heart of this community, both spoken and unspoken. And by remaining silent for a moment, let us consider what has been shared and how we might respond. Let us close together with Amen and blessed be. Amen and blessed be. Now let's sing our children to class with a children's blessing, and that's located on the inside back cover of your gray hymnal. So hearty welcome to Reverend Ron Thomas Sr., my chaplain buddy, and he's going to speak to you on change.
Thank you. Good to see you. Okay.
Is that good there?
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. So great to see your faces once again. And for those that I have not seen before, it's good to see you too. Amen. Amen. With me this morning is my son Nicholas, who was sitting in the back. Wave your hands. And also with me is my wife of 38 years, who's also with me. So good to see you. What you doing after the service? Hey, buddy. Wow, good to see you again.
I'm on my third year of CCB.
Third year? Congrats to you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to come back and to share with you again. And I understand the topic is change. And so, as you know, I'm a Baptist minister, and I by no means want to change anyone's mind about anything. So, my references are coming from the book that we use, and my thoughts are coming from there. So if you give me an opportunity, I'd love to share this with you. I'm reading from Galatians chapter 2, verses 11 through 14. These verses affected me so much in such a way. And it reminded me of some events that had happened in my life that really I had forgotten about until I started looking at this. And let me read it for you. It says, "But when Peter was come to Antioch, I withstood him to the face because he was to be blamed. For before that certain came from James, he did eat with the Gentiles. But when they were come, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing them. And the other Jews dissembled likewise with him, insomuch that Barnabas was also carried away with their dissimulation. But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth, I said to Peter before them all, if you being a Jew livest after the manner of Gentiles and do not as the Jews, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live not as the Jews? It's something when people try to influence you to do something that you don't want to do for their own benefit. It's something when you have been with people for a while and you love them and you've established this relationship, and all of a sudden they see somebody else and they ignore you and walk away from you. That hurts. And if that's happened to anyone in this room, then, or anyone listening, then I know you understand the pain that must be experienced by people when they get walked away from by people that love them because of somebody else. Everyone in this community is impacted by change in themselves, their environment. Change should honor a core belief system and benefit society and the individual. Everyone gathered in this room and under the sound of my voice, we should not fear change. Instead, we should welcome it as a challenge and an opportunity. Buckle up, because change is upon us, and we should consider it nothing short than an adventure. I grew up in a neighborhood with at least a dozen fathers and mothers, and I couldn't get away with anything. It was a village neighborhood, and all the adults watched every child as though they were their own. One school day, my older brother convinced me to play hooky. His words and persistence convinced me that we were going to have so much fun cutting school and hanging out. Well, we spent the first half of the day avoiding neighbors and running between houses. And I kept asking him, when is the fun part going to start? When are we going to start having some fun? Well, it never happened. Finally, a neighbor spotted us, made us sit on the front porch, called a grandmother, and I still have memories of those switches. Some of y'all don't know, but some of y'all do remember those switches. Back then, and for many periods of my life, it was easy to get me to change my mind. I did not feel empowered. I lacked inner discipline. And today I'm truly thankful for a made-up mind, but I'm still primed for change. Have you ever experienced a time when we seem to have put our convictions on the back burner for fear of criticism or rejection from people we want to associate? Perhaps that's what Peter went through during his time. Sometimes our relationships with others challenges us, and we momentarily change our ways to appease them. Or some highly opinionated person comes into our presence, and we suddenly feel ashamed to share our thoughts and who we are. In Peter's case, some Jews came along and he changed and started acting in hypocrisy for fear they would criticize his relationships with the Gentiles. I believe that that is just so wrong. Let us not change and be sidetracked from doing what we believe is right. And what we believe in our heart is the thing that we should do. The first thing we can see in this passage is that Paul, the apostle, rebuked Peter, the very person who was placed in charge of a number of people. Paul is staying in Syria, Antioch. Peter is there. And James had sent some folks down to go visit Paul and see what was going on there. Now, before James sent those people down, Peter was living free and unrestrained in fellowship, enjoying life. He ate with them. He developed social friendships with them. However, everything was about to change because those other folks showed up. And when they came, they brought their prejudices and racism with them. Peter changed his behavior because they came. He began to be a hypocrite. He yielded to their prejudices and racism and withdrew and separated himself. Just envision that. You're sitting down at the table. You're eating with someone who has become your friend. You all are enjoying yourself as you have enjoyed yourself in many times past. Peter looks up and sees these other folks coming. He gets up from the table and acts like he doesn't even know them. That hurts. I'm not lost for words. I just want to. That hurts. Now, the other thing is, there are other people watching this going on. And when they saw this person who's supposed to be a leader do that, guess what they did? They did the same thing. That hurts. Ooh. The hypocrisy of Peter caused so many people to change their minds. And I know we're talking about change, and we know be the change, be the person of change, but there's sometimes you just have to stand your ground and not change. Sometimes you're in your inner core when you know what is right. You have to stand your ground. So, something to reflect on. How should we respond to those not like us and whose way of life seems either strange or rivals our own? How do we decide who is right and who is wrong? Can we resolve ethical disputes with those we disagree with, particularly when we lack shared judgment criteria? How should we combine the reality of moral disagreements and diverse life formations with the need also to develop an everyday life? How do we do that? Just something to reflect on. Well, let's look at this from Peter's hypocritical perspective and Paul's response to that. Peter's action caused other people to stumble. And so the Jews that were there were encouraged to act in an unloving way to folks that they had been loving all the time. One person. One person. The Gentiles, on the other hand, were given the wrong picture and were discouraged from being in a loving community due to their unfair treatment. However, Paul's response also reminds us of a few essential things to remember. The foremost of which is that when we see others and we see leaders erring, we must hold on to the truth. You see something, say something. Paul saw something and he said something. Not behind the corner, not after everybody had left, but right there in front of everybody. Paul called him out for his hypocrisy. How dare you do what you did? How dare you walk away from these people that you have loved and you have eaten with and you've shared time with? How dare you? Because you're afraid of what these other people might think, or these other people might say. When we make, or we take the opportunity to make things right, we're taking a risk. We're risking being comfortable. We're risking taking a stand. We're risking losing the opinion of those folks who want to cause division. While Peter calls folks to stumble, Paul helped people to get back on track. Let's think about change for just a second. Where are you in here? Are you a verb? Do you cause the change? Making a difference? Causing the transformation? Are you willing to essentially be changed? Changed by something else? Looking at a situation and saying, well, maybe I haven't been thinking right about this thing. Maybe if I build communities of love, there's something in me that I might have to change. Essential change. What about minor change? Another verb. To be changed in some particular way. Maybe change how you greet people. Maybe change how you see things. What about to change? Become different in some kind of way without permanently losing the essence of who you are. What about to change essentially? To undergo a change and become different. Is there something in your life that you say, wait a minute, I've been acting the way I think I need to change my ways? Or are you now where you actually change something? Where are you? You decide. You be the change. Thank you.
Thank you. Need to settle after your message. So at this time, each Sunday, we take up a monetary offering, which goes to support our social justice work in the community. And this month, our plate goes to Orange Congregations in Mission, OCIM, to help our communities here in Orange County. And you may donate by putting cash or checks in the offering plate, put plate in the memo line, or you can donate via our website. Yeah.
Heard it said that people come in
That was incredible. Thank you, Caroline, and thank you, Aviva. That was beautiful. But please join me in our prayer of collective gratitude found in your order of service. For the love that surrounds us every morning, for the friends beside us, and for the generous gifts just received. Let us be truly grateful. Please stand in body or spirit as we sing our closing hymn, There's More Love Somewhere, and that's number 95 in your gray hymnal. you may have to sit down. Have a seat. Here are our closing words. Blessed is the path, by Eric Williams. Blessed is the path on which you travel. Blessed is the body that carries you upon it. Blessed is your heart that has heard the call. Blessed is your mind that discerns the way. Blessed is the gift that you will receive by going, and truly blessed is the gift that you will become on the journey. May you go forth in peace. Let us all do our exiting words here. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, my friends, and blessed be.
Thank you.